Officials for this afternoon's game: Hugh Hollins, Ed Middleton, Don Vaden. Most important, I would think, Bill, for the Phoenix Suns not to fall behind early today.
A good start is critical. Control the first quarter, but then the Spurs just blew it open in the second. They outran them, and the Suns just scrambled and gambled too much defensively.
David Robinson from outside.
Points. The question is whether you double team him and whether you let him make the other guys the stars.
Barkley on the feed from Kevin Johnson.
David Robinson, one of the great shot blockers in NBA history.
Avery Johnson.
Fitzsimmons was telling us one there. They got David Robinson in early transition. Avery Johnson just picks up an errant dribble by KJ.
Johnson splits the defense, goes to the left hand.
Game.
KJ's jumper rims the basket, and back comes Avery Johnson.
Transition. Get Barkley the ball in some good positions. But when you run hard behind the ball, you basketball, Avery Johnson, Magic Johnson, and Mark Jackson with Indiana, finding those guys who are running behind the ball.
Wesley Person hits the short jump for his first two of the afternoon. And the Suns lead it by one. Blocked from behind by Hot Rod Williams. Wesley Person back. Inside Del Negro, his shot won't fall. Barkley says he was moved out illegally. And has a few choice words for the officials. Meanwhile, Sean Elliott on the move again. This one doesn't fall. Smith.
Transition defense.
Robinson has hit one outside jumper. This one he's going to move into the lane.
Again, one of the great scorers in basketball. He have a 71-point game in his. Oh, that's a foul there.
KJ knocked out. Rebound AC Green, no. And David Robinson clears for the Spurs. Del Negro.
Lucky recovery defensively for Phoenix.
David Robinson from Johnson.
Is going to get a line here or draw a foul, but the penetration on the poor rotation.
5 of the first quarter.
Which is the way Phoenix has to play this. They cannot come out.
Rebounded by Hot Rod back up top. KJ goes for 3 this time.
The 15-footer didn't work as bad.
10 San Antonio, 6:40 to play. There you see the field goal percentage in San Antonio, continuing the torrid shooting that they enjoyed in the first game. Hot Rod Williams, and the game is tied.
Near the end of his career and has had physical problems.
Sean Elliott. Nice move to the basket by Sean Elliott.
AC Green letting him outrun him on the break and letting him drive right to set offense.
Person for 3. Got it. And did he draw a foul as well?
So strong. A quietly strong.
Coming up on 4.5 to play here in the first.
Now keep playing David Robinson single coverage here.
Elliott. And Robinson follows. 8 for David Robinson. And Hot Rod Williams with another rebound for Phoenix.
Hot Rod playing with that very sore and heavily taped right wrist.
And down the lane, Hot Rod with a layup. 21.
Entire career spent in Cleveland. Very productive there, but injury plagued this year.
Chuck Person now onto the floor, drives the lane. Robinson is there for the rebound.
Cotton was telling us
completely ineffective in game 1, no points, rebounds, or assists. Says he feels better today. Greg.
All right, Hannah, thank you. I can well understand Doc Rivers. Doc's kids come home now and go, hey, Dad, I got a spider today. I got 2 today. Robinson with the hook.
Robinson, now it's the player's job to finish it off.
Danny Manning gets his second bucket since coming off the bench.
Like to see Manning getting those 2 early touches and the ball going right into the hoop.
Here's a mismatch. Sean Elliott has Kevin Johnson on him, and now Manning comes over to help out. Doc Rivers from the far side for 3.
offensive moves that Will told me he's very confident in. Now he feels like he's able to take advantage when his defender doubles David Robinson, or when he comes in to sub for Robinson when David gets an early foul trouble like game one. Greg?
There's been no answer by Phoenix for Sean Elliott today. I think San Antonio should come back with him more, but David Robinson is doing whatever he wants as well.
Danny Manning inside.
Career.
Manning has 6. KJ comes over to help now on the double team for Elliott. Cross court, back out to Charles Smith, and now Del Negro.
That's that scramble he's had today. That's the kind of scramble that gives Will Perdue uncontested dunks. He won't miss those.
Kevin Johnson to the lane, followed by Manning. Danny Manning has 8 points off the Phoenix bench.
And Doc Rivers is down.
And Del Negro
against Kevin Johnson, who has dictated the tempo of this game, he's going to get, again, Manning's knees. You got Avery Johnson in game one. Manning's knees right there on Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers being helped to the Spurs dressing room.
And it was off Charles Smith.
Del Negro. Wayman Tisdale is on the floor for the Phoenix Suns for the first time. KJ into traffic, kicks it out. Wesley Person for 3. On Wayman Tisdale as we come up on 9.5 to play here in the first half. Del Negro, Perdue in the lane.
That looked like Dave Kemp.
Elliott. Here comes KJ. 3-on-2, 4-on-2. The feed from Wesley Person. And Barkley with the rebound.
Give it up to Kevin. He's right there.
Charles is going to take it all the way himself.
But just stand there. Dude, look how big Will Perdue is. You don't have to lean in on some little guy.
Wayman Tisdale picks up a loose ball and hits.
Greg, we've seen as he's recovered from that shoulder surgery. Him playing well is no surprise.
David Robinson back on the floor. Fakes once and scores. Couldn't get it to fall.
I think Kevin might have got a piece of that play.
KJ, oh, nice pass for Tisdale. Look at the Phoenix bench up in arms.
Initially, we'll back it out, and then this spurt right to the basket. The defense has to collapse, and when you're coming to the hoop, when you got big shot blockers like David in game one, they're doing a better job. But Avery Johnson is certainly not on his way to 18 assists as he did in game one.
Robinson, and he got the bucket. Spurs club was very much angered by a news report that.
And when they were up in Kerrville, as Hannah was talking about, for their pre-playoff training camp, Bob Hill addressed the team for 5 minutes on that issue. He talked about how they had to manage.
19 points, 12 rebounds for David Robinson. 5 minutes to play. Barkley. And now down low, Manning. Danny Manning.
And they first come in off the bench. Person against person.
And Chuck moves in on brother Wesley for 2. 2 and 3:45 to play in the half.
That's traveling.
Elliott. Spurs, 3:26 to play in the half. Barkley off the baseline. 8 points today for Charles Barkley.
But Phoenix is right there. Nobody else. Vinny Del Negro has not gone off.
Elliott, Perdue. Robinson's tip, no, and Perdue follows.
All up over the top.
David Robinson at 7'1" and Perdue at 7 feet. That's tough to match up with for Phoenix underneath. Tisdale fouled and got the basket. 9 shots of the quarter, and they missed their first one here.
Kevin Johnson just continued the same game.
Oh, Kevin Johnson for 2. 61 half with back spasms. Will not return this afternoon. Barkley lost it inside and was grabbed as he went for the ball. No, they're going to call it on Barkley.
Charles is not arguing here. That's a very tough call on him. He went initially right to the basket. He gets hammered. They're going to call that push off, and the second push. Charles
way off the mark. Spurs by 1, 62-61. Avery Johnson changes direction. Again in the third, Spurs with the lead, 64-61. AC Green top of the key, and AC Green hits from outside.
100% involved.
Robinson comes out to help a little bit on KJ. Barkley for AC Green underneath. And the Suns grab the lead, 65-64. One has now been changed to Hot Rod Williams, so Williams has 4. And the Spurs lead by 3, 68-65. Give and go. And the bucket and the foul. Kevin Johnson set it up and around and out, and Kevin Johnson with the rebound. Down the lane, dishes. Barkley open, no. Bad pass down the lane and taken away by the Spurs.
Should have shot Barkley.
Pass to Sean Elliott.
Now Kevin Johnson has to try to fight this crowd off as well as Avery Johnson.
KJ back with the jumper. Tie game at 70. 72-70. Barkley off the baseline. Got it.
He's got to realize that Kevin right now is the playmaker in this game. Charles concentrating on being a finisher because Kevin is playing so well. Ouch.
3 out of 3 from behind the three-point line. 75-72, San Antonio.
The third most threes of any player in the history of the NBA. Chuck Person is Barkley. Really, Kevin.
With Barkley on Avery Johnson, there's a mismatch somewhere, and Kevin Johnson has Chuck Person out front. Oh, Avery Johnson changing directions for 2.
Foul trouble starting to become a factor for the big people for Phoenix. Tisdale with 4, Hot Rod with 4.
Barkley off the baseline.
Charles folding here with Kevin Johnson and Barkley, who have been to battle so many times. They're just barking at each other, coming back down the court.
David Robinson back at them in the middle. 82-78, Spurs by 4. Less than 2.5 to play in the third.
What a pass.
Barkley to the left hand, follows.
Again, pick up. Cross screen for Barkley.
Shot clock is at 9. Barkley gets his man in the air. The shot won't fall. Loose ball. Danny Manning with the follow. And we're tied at 82. To tap that one away. The Suns say he was on the line. The officials say no. Chuck Person on the drive. Got the bucket and the foul. Are so far this afternoon.
And remember that San Antonio, or that Phoenix, excuse me, leads the NBA in free throw attempts and makes AC Green respond. San Antonio
quarter. You see the difference. Shot clock on the left, game clock on the right. Avery Johnson down the lane. Kevin Johnson forced the jump ball. Avery Johnson with a jump. And let's see.
That's a violation on Avery Johnson for jumping into the play and crossing that line. First jump, which was never thrown. Ideally, that's what you try to do, but you can't get called for that. Phoenix is still able to hold in here.
The Phoenix Suns look so mismatched in game 1, losing by 22 points. Not today. Wesley Person for 3. Got it! And Avery Johnson picks the pocket of Kevin Johnson. And Barkley with the goaltender. And Person with the rebound.
It just always seems as if Phoenix is on the edge of losing it here.
88 Spurs. Chuck Person to Purdue.
Now there's San Antonio's defense starting to take over this game right now.
Barkley got the basket and the foul. What a move by Barkley.
And how David Robinson would come right out and show us exactly what the drop step is.
7.5 to play. Hot rod off the feed, blocked and out of bounds to the Suns. Sean Elliott comes up short on the shot, picked off by Wesley Person. Back come the Suns. They're down 6. KJ, short jumper, got it. Kevin Johnson with 17.
He had 17 points in game 1. Basically, he was just dunking the ball at will. Avery Johnson had 18 assists in that game. They cut that way down.
Barkley, got it. 100.
Mobility of David Robinson, but he has just taken it right to David with the face-up offensive attack. Now don't double team
Chuck Person
here.
In and out, and Robinson is there for the foul. Shot clock at 9. Elliott down the lane, tries to scoop it home, doesn't go. Barkley with the rebound. Kevin Johnson to the baseline, tried to feed it through and lost it.
Got in the air and overcommitted.
Avery Johnson, and throws it away. That'll be.
Now they got to play some defense for Phoenix to try to win this game.
Robinson going to come to the ball, fighting through the screen on this side. Hot Rod trying to front him. Down low, on the blocks. Robinson, fadeaway, got it! David Robinson with 38 points.
Rebounding to set up transition fast break points. A blowout edge for San Antonio. Now a decisive edge in the last couple of minutes for David Robinson.
Robinson fouled as he went to the line.
And I don't even have to play against them. Play when you're not the champion.
Barkley with the rebound. And a timeout, 22nd timeout is called by the Suns. 59.7. KJ, top of the key. Over Avery Johnson for 2. 104-103. Robinson inside, got the basket.
He got him all right.
40. Danny Manning for 3. Tap no good. Rebound, Elliott.
Kevin Johnson got fouled.
KJ was screaming about it, and with the roar of the fan, to cut the Spurs lead to 1. Johnson hits them both. Bob Hill.
You need the ball back. Don't foul. Well,
And Elliott.
they're keeping
And
on.
foul.
They got all these great free throw shooters on this team. Even if he makes the 2 free throws, you got a great chance to go for 3. Missed rebound here.
Elliott hit them both. 3-point lead for the Spurs with Elliott Perry on the floor for the first time today. Kevin Johnson to the top. AC Green for 3. Way short. Chuck Person with the rebound. Fouled from behind.
Take his mouthpiece out.
That's it. The Spurs win it. 110-105 to take a 2-0 lead for Bill Walton and Hannah Storm. I'm Greg Gumbel saying so.